very tall and rangy.
I love Johnny Campini, two very wily coaches, Johnny and Peter, Bryce Goodwin, who have been a couple of
Alright guys, welcome to episode 1 of the JakeGoesLive Podcast. It has taken me a month to plan. It has taken us...
I reckon 2 months.
Yeah, just to even get this sorted. We were supposed to do it last week.
It was like probably a couple of weeks before my fight, and you said you wanted to do it, and I was fucking down. But like I was like, after my fight, we'll do everything, we'll plan it, and then just with work and stuff. But we finally made it happen. And we're here.
I wanted to make sure that it happened before 2018. That's my big thing. It's gonna come. It's gonna. Yeah, I know we're here now. It's done. It's 2 days before a day.
2 days. Fucking, how much time we got left? Let me check.
It's a couple of days before New Year's, man. So wrap that we can get this started. I should probably introduce you. That would be a good way to start. So today we've got the very first guest on the JakeGoesLive Podcast, Aman. You're probably wondering what the JakeGoesLive Podcast is even to begin with. I watch a couple of podcasters, True Geordie. I have seen Joe Rogan's stuff as well. I find it really interesting. There's one guy that I watch. I don't know if you've heard of him, Gary Vaynerchuk. Big business guy. I got his book for Christmas. He's an entrepreneur, owns a $200 million media company. He says podcasting is the next big thing. Now, I'm not taking his word for it. We'll see what happens. But I thought to myself, I'm like, it'd be cool. I could see myself sitting down with people and having a casual chat, talking about. I take interest into other people's business. You know what I mean? I don't want to know everything, but I'd love to know how people got to where they are. And I thought that I could do this through this podcast, have a bit of a chat to people, see how they got and like to where they are, and discussing all that kind of stuff, asking questions, having a bit of a chat. I thought it'd be really cool for the people that know you and people that don't know you, to get to know you better and to find out a bit more about you. So I'm so excited to do this. I think we should just get on with it. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. Obviously, we're going to have a bit of a chat. So the first thing that I want to talk about is how we know each other. I got Aman on the podcast because I took an interest into what he does. What you do is different to what everyone else does. I reckon it's completely different. Whereas I'm more of a social media kind of guy. Whereas what you do is completely different to that, and I respect the fact that you are doing something different. And that's why I want to get to know people that are doing something different and believe in different things like me. I'm a big believer in doing something that you love, and doing something that you want to do in the future, because not many people are doing it. And
that's why people are stuck, man. That's why they're stuck.
And I respect the fact that you yourself are working towards something bigger than you.
Of course,
you know what I mean? So,
but just even like, I didn't expect you to go on YouTube and do your thing, but you did, and when you take risks, you win. Either you win either way.
So not many people expect it in a way, I think.
But man.
All right, so tell us how we know each other. How did it all begin?
Pretty sure it was under 14s, right? We played cricket together. I was always his captain. Under 14s, under 16s, I was always his captain.
Aman was the big man.
I was a big dog. I was a shit.
You were, man.
I was a shit.
You were opening bowling and batting.
Captaining, fucking playing cricket. I was the fucking man of that team. But that's how we know each other, man. So I think under 14s our relationship started. Playing cricket.
I started in the D grade, playing with a bunch of kids. Playing with them, I think I lasted a week or two until they're like, oh yeah, this kid can move up a bit, and then I moved up, and then I think it was under 16s that we both played 16As. You played 16As first I think for 1 year, and then the second year first year I was 16Bs, and then I moved up to 16As. We all came together.
Because I played 16As as an underage, and then when I was top age with you, then we played A's together.
And it was funny because we thought we were the shit in 16As. We fucking we're barely making any runs, man. We had a good team on paper for the league. Yes, come to games and we're like, nah. We did, man. And then year 12 hit, man. Year 12. I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but I know me.
For me, man.
I remember I had to get a job, dropped cricket. I think cricket was just a fall through, man. It just had to give up something, and it's not the right. Like looking back at it now, I'm like, you're a little bitch for giving it up, but.
Like I was always like a lot of my friends, like a lot of people that I was playing cricket with, they all dropped it for year 12, and it's like, it's okay, like it's only an hour a day on Tuesday, Thursday to go train, and then it's Saturday, like it's okay, you'll make up for it. And but no, a lot of people did, and I look back, they're like, I wish I didn't, because all I done was like I sat at home and I didn't even study.
School was easy.
School was fucking easy, man. It was
regardless of if the work was hard. As far as workload and life, I would never go back.
Yeah.
But I hate. But as far as school goes, easiest time of your life, man.
Oh, bro,
Finish at 3 o'clock. These days it's unheard of to finish at 3 o'clock. Like you're working, your shift finishes at 6. You get home by 7. You know what I mean? So school was relatively easy on the mind.
No, it was easier. I'm easier now, man. Like
me too, though.
I'm easier now. Like back then you have to get up and get ready for school and go to school and see bunch of dickheads that you don't want to fucking associate with, all that shit, and but now it's good because like even though I'm working and stuff, like I know like people go, oh, work, and it's like they get that picture in their head that they're depressed. I enjoy what I do, man. Like I work in men's, I work in men's fashion. I get to look good every day, like you know what I mean. So I enjoy it, like, and then it balances it out with my training and my fighting. If I need time off work, I can do it. It's not like I'm bound to a contract either. So
Right. So you mentioned fighting. That's going to be a topic that I wanted to talk about today. Anyway, so we might as well jump. Actually, first, for the new year, I just want to wish, because it is nearly New Year's, as we mentioned before. So in 2 days, it's going to be 2018. So I just want to wish everyone a happy New Year. I hope you guys... And it's funny because recently I had a chat with someone and we're talking about the New Year, and everyone has New Year... They mentioned to me... Bullshit. They say resolutions are a fucking waste of time. You shouldn't put any thought into it. I agree to a certain extent. I'm the type of kid that loves Monday.
Yeah.
So I love Monday because it's the start of the new week. Get your mental head ready.
If you
like
Monday, right? The rest of the
week will follow. Now I don't. This year I've taken a different approach to it. Yeah. I'll tell you this, and it's gonna fuck up my whole year, but I believe that it won't. Every year because my birthday's Christmas. Yeah. Every year, cheers, that's all good. Every year you make a wish, and every year I have. Right. This year I took a different approach to it, and I don't mind talking about it because I believe it's not going to affect my year anyway, because I believe I'm going to kill it, whatever. I didn't make any wishes at all. Right. Usually I'll fucking like, wish for this, wish for that, like hope this happens, hope for this happens. This year I've hit a mental point where I'm like, there's no wishes, man. Like if you want something, you go and you get it yourself. Man. It's not you can't just make a wish, sit there and be like, fuck, like it didn't happen, man. Like
me, man, wishes, that superstition shit, it's all delusional shit. Like I'm not against it, but like I don't make wishes, I don't have superstitions, like, because when you like at the moment you might pass out, you're like, I haven't made a wish, fuck, what's gonna happen? And then then you're like, no, I need to make a wish, Same thing with like people's superstition, like I need this done a certain way. What happens if it doesn't get done that way? Then what are you're gonna fucking freak out, like under pressure. So me, it's just like I'm very take it as it comes kind of guy.
Exactly. There hits a point where I'm like, okay, you can wish for good health. I think that's respectable. I think that's okay. Like I wouldn't want anything to happen to my family or to anyone that I know, their family, whatever. Like I guess you can go as far as wishing for that. But as far as getting shit done yourself,
I wish to be successful.
And do it yourself, man. And no offense to anyone that watches it, because I don't know how you are personally, but I don't see that happening a lot. I don't see people going out and doing shit that they want to do, Like, majority of people that I speak to and I've spoken to, no disrespect, that they might want to do that certain thing, you know what I mean? Like, that might be their dream of theirs, but like, fuck, man, you dream a little bigger,
Oh, look, it's, me, it's each to their own, if you want to cut grass and you want to be a gunner, but you want to be the best, be the fucking best. Like, exactly. I'm not gonna, judge you, whatever. But if that's what you want to do, if it's not what you want to do, I can tell by your demeanor that's not what you want to do. And then, that's where it kind of like, fuck, like now you got to put in that extra work. You got to
do something. You should aim to be the best at what you do.
Fucking like to everything. Like I saw you trying to set up for this podcast, and you said you wanted to go big, and I saw you fidgeting with the little shit. And in my head, I'm like, bro, like what are you doing? Like it's okay. But in my head, right? But you've got a bigger picture in your mind, like you placing the camera, like the lights, the fucking mic, like you're adjusting little shit. But like being obsessive like that is what's gonna get.
Yeah. Like you guys don't know, but in my room, like we're in a tight fucking room right now. Like shit's everywhere. But you don't. Yeah, you just make it work until you hit until you hit a point where, as I said before, you can, if you can afford it, you go big. And but obviously that's what, as we just said, you got to work for it. So that's what we're both doing right now, I guess. Thanks again for coming on, man. I respect it. I've had people that have said no. Respect. No, obviously.
Do you think Jake was like that? You know, you're building your career in this. I'm still very, very new in my sport, in my career. But any publicity, man, to help you get out there, help me get out there, and build our brand. Like I'm fucking down, man. Like
the people say no too often, and I can understand that to a certain point, but they think they're bigger than they really are. And again, I keep saying respect, but like I understand that, and but I'm not a no person. If something comes up, and the littlest thing, man, I had someone message me wanting to take photos. I'm not in the photography business, but sure, I'll go do it. You know what I mean? If that means that the photo gets on their Instagram and a little bit of 20, if 4 people follow me, fuck 4, as we said, that's 4 better than 0. So, as I said, I'm wrapped that you came on it, and you're the first person to do it. We can look back at it, man. Like very confident that this will do it again one day, maybe. How was Christmas?
Christmas was alright, man. I went down to my cousin's house. Had a massive fucking feast, man. Massive, a lot of bread, donuts and chocolates and shit. It was nice. It was nice. It was chill.
What'd you get? Get anything good?
Oh, I didn't get anything too good. Like I'm a very picky guy when it comes to presents. I like certain shit. And it's very hard to buy for me. Because I'm very, very fussy. So what I've done was just like, you know, I just got my girlfriend. I was like, hey, we'll just go shopping. You can just buy me shit, and you know, like whatever. At least I can look at it. At least I can try it on, because if we're second guessing, you know how like the exchange policies and all that shit is.
Not good, man.
So I was like, you know what, we'll just go shopping together. And then you can just buy me shit.
Whatever.
Pay with it for your card, but I'll just try it on, and then that can be my Christmas present. So I went down to Chadstone last night actually. Took some time off work. How was that? It was good, man. Bought a couple of shirts and ties. I'm trying to get into like casual wear, man. I'm not really a casual wear kind of guy. I'm not.
Aman's wearing a suit right now for anyone that is listening to
I'm always either in fucking gym gear or a suit. And like I'm not in between. Like if I'm going to like a fucking like water gardens, I'm in like gym gear or active wear and a t-shirt. Like
with the suits, actually, question, because I wanted to bring this up. It's on my point. It's on one of my notes here. Where did the suits actually start? Because this is where I'm going to call you out. Not call you out. I've seen Conor McGregor. I've seen the way he presents himself, both on social media. I see that there is a comparison between you and him as far as presenting yourself goes. I love it. I love the fact that you go next level to what's the word, to present yourself both on social media, in person, whatever. Why suits? Where'd that come from? Because you work with suits as well. Did you working with suits come before the fighting?
No, the suits came way before that, man. Honestly, like it's gonna sound fucking corny as fuck, but I'll be honest, man. It honestly came from watching Suits, the TV show.
Oh, dude, favorite show ever.
Yeah, fucking
love
sick.
it, man.
I've watched all the seasons about fucking 20 times.
Yeah.
But that's where it came from, and it wasn't the fact like, all right, like you know, Harvey Specter's in a nice suit and like it looks good. It was a lot more to that, like the way he was presented, like shoulders back, chest out. You know, you look up, chin up, like you just feel confident. And you're always in a power position when you're wearing a suit. It's like so.
Exactly what I thought.
You know, when you chuck on a nice fitted suit, it's a modern day Knight's Armor now, right? We look at suits and people put in this picture of like what they've got in their head is like some depressed businessman with pants that don't fucking fit, shirts hanging out, ties not done right, baggy sleeves, and it just like that depressed look. That's not what suits are, man. Like you go back in time, all the gentlemen fucking tailored suits, and you know the little details like the pocket square, the ties, the colors. You know,
can you
like,
be bothered wearing it?
Fuck I wear it every fucking day. Every fucking time.
I always thought about that, man, because I'm like, ages ago I was looking for a job and a suit place was hiring, and I'm like, fuck, I just can't apply for it, man. Like I'm just not. Don't get me wrong, like
it fits my personality. I wouldn't say I'm cocky, but I'm very, very confident.
Yeah.
I'm very slick.
Yeah.
So it just suits my personality.
Goes with your personality.
So like
yeah.
that's why when I was talking about me getting into streetwear, it's not really who I am, but I do want to. I want to
change
try it out.
a
I want to
bit,
change it. Yeah, test the waters with that.
But with streetwear though, you can still stick with the smart casual kind.
Yeah,
of
yeah, you can. Yeah, but yeah,
well.
like so I still do that at work. Like I chuck on a chino and blazers with the vest, and
Yeah,
like I still mix it up and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, just something
That's
like when you put on a suit, the
Yeah.
sleeves are right. You
Yeah,
got the watch. You got your peak lapels.
Yeah. So you were into suits before fighting. So
Yeah.
So in a sense, it kind of goes like you're not lucky, but it's worked out
it fits,
to be good because
it fits in the big
suits
picture,
and fighting at the moment. I from what I see is a big thing.
It's a big thing, and like you can never be overdressed. That's what I believe. You can never ever be overdressed. I don't care where I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm always going to be in a suit.
Okay.
Because people are always going to remember me that he was always the sharpest guy. In the fucking room. I don't care if it's fucking whose birthday it is.
Yeah, you're in a suit.
Like I'm in a suit and I'm better dressed than every cunt there. If I go to a club, I go to a bar, I go to a friend's birthday, I'm always the best dressed.
Nice.
And people will know that.
Yeah.
And I know people hate me for it because it's like I take the attention away. But that's who I am.
That's who you are, man.
I'm always the center of attention. Yeah. All the lights are on me. So that's I'm always gonna be dressed to impress.
That's sick.
That's just
That's awesome.
But yeah, like you mentioned, like the Conor McGregor, like dressing up, it looks professional.
Yeah.
You feel fucking professional. You feel like you can just dominate the world. Yeah. Doesn't matter what the situation is. You just feel a lot better in a suit.
How did the fighting start? Because after cricket, man, I had no clue that you.
So this is how it started, man. I took up fighting when I was 14 years old. Right, my best mate in high school.
During cricket.
Yeah. So I was 14 years old. I stopped playing footy.
Yeah.
And I needed something to do in the winter, right, to keep fit because I was always playing cricket. I was always playing seniors.
Cricket, there's not much running in cricket, so
modern day cricket, it's a very very dynamic now. So I always knew that, like I always wanted to pursue cricket as a fucking dream, and so for me, fighting was just going to be a fitness thing, right? But my best mate in high school got me into it because he was always a troublemaker.
Okay.
So we had a couple of fights at school, and we thought, we need to fucking learn how to, be ready.
Yeah.
We were always fucking targets, always, because it was always just me and him, and people just wanted.
To start shit with you,
they just wanted to start shit just because they thought they were the shit. So we started. Then when people found out, even though they wanted to do something, they couldn't. They just couldn't because they knew that if they did, we're gonna beat the fuck out of them. Right. So that's how it started. So I just done it for 6 months over the winter period just to keep fit. And while I was doing it, I pick up movements really quick. Doesn't matter what sport I play, Jake. Whether it's footy, soccer, I swim. Like I've done all these sports. Like I went to state for baseball. Yeah. Softball for high school. We went to state championship. I've always been good at sport. Doesn't matter what it is. I pick up the movement and I'm always good. I've got a very sharp, athletic mind. Yeah. So I started fighting and the movements just came naturally, right? And then, so I'd done that for 2 years. Yeah. Going into my third year, my trainer goes, "Do you want to jump into an amateur fight?" Yeah. I said yes. Yeah. There's no way I was not going to say no. I knew I was good. I was fit. Yeah. So I said yes.
Might as well.
I had one fight. It was an amateur fight. It wasn't anything crazy. So I had that one fight. Yeah. And I won. Yeah. And then I had another one a couple of weeks later. Yeah. I won that. Yeah. And then cricket started, so I had to stop fighting. I went back to cricket, and my trainer fucking hated it. Yeah. Because he's like, "Man, you're so fucking good. Pursue this.
Don't stop it." Yeah.
And I was always like, "No, I'm better at cricket. Yeah. I'm gonna do cricket."
Because you were good. You were really good.
I was a fucking animal. Yeah. I was an animal at cricket. And you know how much time I put into my cricket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Juniors, seniors at one time.
Yeah.
Like so one-on-one sessions with my private coaches, even with the cricket coach, bring the bowling machine down to the net.
Full Saturday, full Sunday.
Yeah, man.
Like juniors during the week, seniors in the afternoon.
It was.
It's nuts.
And I put in a lot of time. My dad helped me out with invested a lot of money into my training.
You and your
and my brother. Yeah, we're both very good at it. I was. That motherfucker, he's so lazy, but he's so talented.
Dude,
my little brother, he's a fucking animal.
People like that, man.
But
respect to them.
No, yeah. And I always tell him, I was like, bro, if you just train a little bit harder, fucking knows where you could go with this. But yeah, me, I was always the opposite. I was always fucking grinding it out. I was always grinding, and that's why. I know I was talented, but I knew that I was working hard. That's why I was playing rep cricket all my life. So from fighting, I took a break, went and played cricket. Yeah. And then year 12 came, right? So and then at that time, I didn't join a fight. I didn't register for the fight gym again. I just kind of done my own thing. Yeah. And another amateur event popped up, and me and my mate were like, "Let's do it." Yeah. We had no trainer. This was like our first big amateur fight as well. Yeah. About 1,500, 1,200 people were there. Shit. So yeah, it was quite big for an amateur event. Yeah, of course. So me and my mate, best mate, we trained at Derrimut Gym together every fucking day for 8 weeks. Okay. He was a boxer. I was a kickboxer. Okay.
So can you compare both, or they're completely different?
It's a whole different.
Because I was about to ask you who's better, but you can't.
It's a completely different sport, right?
Okay,
so,
yeah. Because I know shit about fucking boxing and fighting, man. Look, I watch it.
Yeah.
Like I watch when McGregor fights and shit. I'm like, oh yeah, I enjoy it. The thing is, like, I know a lot of people that love like watching the fights and stuff. I love watching the fights, but I also look into it a bit behind. I love watching like behind the scenes how much shit he talks, like McGregor talks, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I'm more in. I know nothing about the sport. But I love the controversy, so I kind of try and stay on top of it. But
it's entertaining, man. Two people talk shit. And
yeah. Is it because you know more than me? Is that just a publicity thing, or are they like legitimately trying to get into the head?
To me, it's mostly all publicity, but it is to get in someone's head. Look, these guys are professional athletes. Look, I'm at a very small, I'm at a very small level right now. So like, we don't do a lot of face-to-face stuff. The only time I see him is at the weigh-ins and right before I fight. Like, there's no press conference.
Is there anything you do during the weigh-ins or before to get in his head? Or?
Yeah. But I'll get into that after because I really want to. Yeah. So with so I took an amateur fight. Yeah. With no coaches, no nothing, right? Yeah. Trained for it. The guy that I fought didn't even make weight, so he was.
Oh really?
Yeah, he didn't even come to the weigh-in.
Okay.
Right, like
shit.
Yeah, so he wasn't even there. I made 70 kilos, and he wasn't even there. Yeah. So the guy was much older than me as well. Right, I was just turned 18. Yeah. And this guy was like 23 or some shit, and he was fucking jacked. Jacked. Yeah. And man, and in my corner was my best mate and my fucking science teacher from school.
Okay.
He done a bit of jiu-jitsu, and I was like, hey, can you just come corner me because I need an official? So he's like, yeah, sweet, I'm down. Yeah. Much respect to that, now he's assistant. See, like, he associated with me, now he's assistant principal,
Oh, shit, nice.
School, fucking know. Yeah. So anyways, he cornered me, and I fucking won the fight, right? Yeah. I won the fight, and from there, I was like, shit, like, I'd done this by myself. Like, I didn't even have a fucking coach. I didn't have... Dude, I sparred, like, just boxing. I didn't even throw a fucking kick all training camp.
Serious?
And I kicked the shit out of him. And honestly, I was getting more injured playing cricket than I do fighting. Yeah. Surprisingly. My spine was fucked, my hips are fucked. Like, my fingers are like, crooked, from the ball and stuff. But, like, so that's where fighting... And I started playing cricket again that summer. Yeah. And then halfway through, I called quits. I called quits. I finished year 12 and I called quits. And I was
because of fighting or...
Because of fighting, yeah.
So you wanted to pursue
So I wanted to pursue... Cricket. So, and when I stopped cricket, I went to Thailand for 5 months. To go, 5 weeks to go train. Like, that's how fucking... I flipped the switch and I was like, I'm all in. Like, I'm all in. I'm not looking back. Went to Thailand, trained, came back, and that's all I wanted to do. Okay, so from here, because you said you went all in, where is fighting what you want to do? Fighting is what I want to do, man. Fighting is like... It's bigger than me, right? Like, I'm an Indian Punjabi boy doing this. Yeah. There's no one on that scale. Like, no one has done... My people have not done this. They haven't touched, these boundaries yet. Yeah. We've got one guy in the UFC now, like, good on him. Arjun Pullar. He's from Canada. Okay. Like, so, like, good on him, Like, but when I started this, I was doing it with a bigger picture, right? So I was kind of like... My people haven't done this, right? It's the cheapest sport in the world. You don't need a bat, ball, gloves, and boots and shit. All you need is your fucking hands and your feet. That's all you need, and you're born with that. So it's the cheapest sport in the world. And we've got 1.2 billion people in India. And we can't produce one fighter.
That's how I think of it, man. I'm like, there's a point where you do what you do, and then you kind of have a look around and see who else. Like, you weigh up your chances, even though the chances are fucking very low for everyone who does it these days, But in your head, obviously, I don't think that. I think that I see a lot of dickheads doing what I do, and I believe that I can do it 10 times better than them. So why can't I? I guess it's the same. It would be the same thing as you, Like, you'd see a lot of people in the limelight, but you just have a look at them and you're just like,
how'd you get there?
Yeah, like, how did it work, man?
Every motherfucker's got their time, man. Everyone's at their time. And like, you know what? Like, I look at some fighters now, even in the UFC and in boxing, it's like, that technique isn't the best, but he makes it work. He makes it work somehow. Yeah. And but like with myself, it was like I'm from Punjab, right, the northern India. And like, you have a look at its state now, bro. Like, guys our age are fucked on drugs. They don't work. Nah. There's a lot of violence there, a lot of drug use, a lot of rape. It's just in the fucking shits right now, And my people, we come from rich history in fighting. Like, we're born fucking warriors, and we've lost that along the way. Like, we have you know, from our gurus and stuff. Like I used to be very deep into religion and stuff, but
same as me. I used to be.
I used to be, but
not too deep. I used to go to church every week. I used to be very heavy Catholic.
Yeah.
I have changed. It's not the changing. Like I still believe. I'm still Catholic.
Yeah.
In a sense. I'm probably not a very good one. But I used to, as a kid, and I don't know if anyone can relate, but I used to blame God a lot, Anything that bad that would happen, I'd blame God, That's because that's the only person that... I wouldn't blame myself as a kid, because you don't blame yourself, These days, I've changed it for the past 4 or 5 years now, and I don't associate anything with religion. If anything happens, it's on me.
Fuck religion, man.
You know what I mean? So if something goes wrong, it's because of me, and it's something that I did or something that I could have done better. Like I don't want to like the person to blame is me. You know what I mean? And
religion's a sensitive topic, man. But me, I'm like, so I used to be deep into religion, not just Sikhism, but I used to study about Islam, Christianity. I used to be deep. I used to listen to stories and fairy tales. I used to read the scriptures and stuff, and then like our people, like, you know, I'm sure the Christians had their warriors and the Muslim had theirs. You know, we had ours, and like there was a lot of sacrifice, there was a lot of fighting, like to protect, you know, the good people, you know, fight against injustice. So, and we lost that along the way. We've lost it, and now we've a fucking state high on meth and coke and shit. So like,
is that fact?
That's fact, man. Like that's fact. Like us, we're fucked over there, man. Like it's bad. Like a lot of dirty politicians. They've brought it in. And you know, to keep votes and shit, you get the youth on drums, and they're gonna follow you. And that's where the power is in the youth. So if I could be that person, that new beacon of inspiration, like, so they can look back and be like, that's one of us. Like he's on that scale. And like cricket's our natural sport there. But how expensive is cricket? A bat is fucking $800. Let alone the pads and the fees and all that shit. People in India can't afford that shit every year. Like, so fighting, it's like, all you got to do there is just go punch a couple of heads.
Question, actually, now, whether you want to answer this or not, there's a lot of people that don't think fighting's good, or they agree with it, because in the end, it's two guys punching on in a ring for some money and whatever, It's a bit more than that. It's not just money. It's obviously their job. They love doing it. What do you say to the people that, like, because this could be your time to maybe change some minds or whatever. What do you say to the people that say, man, it's a shit sport?
It's human DNA. It's human DNA. It's in us. It's who we are. From cavemen's, like, they used to hunt, they used to fight for land, for tribe, for everything.
But people would argue that it's things are changing. Like it's these days it's a bit.
Things are changing, but we're still fucking human. It's still in our DNA. It's who we are. Like, I mean, it's a sport. You get paid for it. Is it? It's dangerous. Yes. No. But what isn't that? Driving a car. Driving a car is fucking dangerous, man. Like you know, you drive a car to the petrol pump, you could get robbed, you could get jacked. You can get killed. Like everything, there's
anything's a risk.
Of course, man. But like, look, fighting, it's just for me. I look at it as a job that I love as well.
So I don't see anything wrong with it. It's your choice to if that's something that you're as a grown man or as an adult. If it's your choice to get in a ring, even a woman, if it's your choice to get in the ring and fight, that's your choice.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, it's anyone's choice to do anything. You're not. There's no. 99% of the time, no one's holding a gun to your head saying you have to do it.
No, of course. But look, I mean, Jake, if you were walking in a dark alleyway at night with your girlfriend, your hair stick up, and you're aware, you're alert, and you know that maybe I might have to fight at this point. Even though it's not something you're trained in, but you know you might have to.
You might have to, yeah.
So but it goes through your head. Like, you go through scenarios and shit in your head when you're walking through after a night out. I might have to fight.
I might have to,
But you know, like, it's just something instilled in the human brain. Like, it's just who we are.
I've had a couple of those times in clubs
like,
before.
Who doesn't? Like, you bump into someone and it's like that person might fucking just turn, and you're like, I might have to go. I might get my ass kicked, but it's on. It might be on.
Funny thing is, actually, because it's happened to me twice. You'll be in a club. And this is only because of my girlfriend, So we'll be in a club and a guy will. There was this one time where this guy just kept persisting, He touched me at like couple times. That's where I'm like, draw the line. Don't touch me, And he asked me the same question about her like 4 times straight. I'm like, fuck, man. After one time, if I say got like no and like, because he asked if she was single, I'm like, no, like whatever, 4 times. I just lost. You just go into your... You don't know who you are at one point, man.
Like, I'm going to knock this guy out.
Literally, you don't even give a fuck if he's 4 times your size. You just get into a mode and you're like... You don't even... Like, you blank out. Like, you black out and you're like... Okay, so you... After everything's calmed down, like, fuck. Like, what just happened, man? Like, I grabbed him. I'm ready to fucking hit him, I'm like, shit. Like...
But, like, those people that don't agree with it, they might, you know, come to a situation where they might have to fight. And it's and, you know...
Is that how you feel in a fight? Do you lose your head? Do you get angry?
No, man. That's the worst way to fight, man. I'm fucking emotionless. I don't feel nothing. I don't feel happy. I don't feel excited. It's just...
You get nervous?
I get more nervous doing my weight cut.
Okay.
Because it's like, you know, you have...
What's that, for people that don't know?
So, we fight in weight category, right? So, you know, both fighters have an agreed weight. Yeah. And you both got to make that weight. So, you cut the weight. So
that's what you're... Nervous. You get nervous.
Yeah, I get nervous about that. It's only because, like, well, you're doing your weight cut and it's like, well, fuck, maybe I shouldn't have eaten that last week, or I shouldn't have done that. You know, I should have not added the sauce, or you know, like, not had that bread. Yeah, that's the only thing I get nervous about. Really,
that's crazy though. I would have thought
like me, man. I'm just, it's me. Like, people, they even like from amateurs to pros, they make fight to be this massive thing, and like there's so much emotion going into it. It's such drama. Yeah, it's just. It isn't, man. It's you get in. There's another guy who's doing the same thing as you. He's come to kick my head in. I'm going to kick his. Yeah. He's getting paid. I'm getting paid, and whoever wins gets one step closer to their dream.
So this all ties down to actually the topic of today. Really, is a mental strength, your mental strength. Yeah, because I really wanted to talk about because Aman is a fighter. But it's not the good thing about mental strength is that it doesn't just relate to fighting. It relates to anything you do, no matter what you do. Business, everything is, cricket.
Every sport, every business, relationships. Doesn't matter what it is. If you want to pursue something, your mental game has to be on point, man.
Now, is mental strength something that you developed yourself? Have you always had it? How's it for me? It's only something I've developed as of recently. I've always been confident. I don't know if confidence I guess ties into your mental strength in an aspect, but as far as YouTube and all that kind of stuff goes, I've only recently I mean probably 2 months ago, really had no doubt in my mind about my chance of success. I know I'm good. Yeah, it's not the fact that if I am, I always get good feedback, whatever. For me, it's not so much about how good I am. It's the fact that I love doing it, and the fact that I love doing it like contributes to me being mentally strong. I guess
being mentally strong, man. You know the way I put it, you just got to be obsessed with what you do. Yeah, that's like all it is. If you're obsessed, like you know, genius is obsession. Yeah, like if you want to be a genius, you got to be obsessed with it. Yeah, doesn't matter what you do, and when you're obsessed with it, you make magic. You make magic, and it's and you said it plays into every aspect of life, right? Mental strength. Like I fight, but it's something I've always had, man. From a young age, I've always been I've always been a very cocky kid, right? I've always whatever I wanted to do, I will say it out loud, and I'll tell everyone, and everyone in the room will fucking know what I want to do. All right, and you know how I was when I played cricket. I was always. When oppositions came, I was always that target. If he bowls, if he bats, we getting him out. Like that's him. We cut him, and then the rest of the snake's gone. Right? In your head, so I like, and to get there was being obsessed with my craft, and and that comes with the countless hours of fucking grind I put in. Whether it was cricket, whether I was playing state baseball, state softball for school. Footy, I was just fucking obsessed with whatever I was doing, you know, and
so that's how I've changed though, because I look back now and I'm like, you're a dickhead for not sticking with what, like I have seen myself in the past as a quitter, and as much as I hate the fact now thinking that I was, like that's why I'm mentally strong now. I'm like,
so people go like quitting is bad, but you quit cricket, right? And but be honest. Did you ever think you'd play for Australian cricket?
Look, I didn't think Australia. I thought that I could, and I was shit. But at the point, like at the time, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that I could at least make like, what was it? It was district cricket. Like I thought, look, if I work hard enough, one day, sport's different though. I believe so. Like I've always grown up knowing that, and this is coming from parents and all that kind of stuff. So you listen to parents when you're growing up, and they say if you hit 18 and you haven't made a certain point by 18, look, it's not. It might not work out. And look, I guess to a point, I guess it's true, depending on the sport. Yeah, like you, if you want to start fighting at 30 and you're good enough, fuck, go do it, and you might kill everyone. Yeah, but
Mike Hussey made the team at 29.
Yeah, didn't Warren start at like 18 or something like that? Like,
fucking,
so for the majority of people, I guess yes. Once you turn 18, if nothing's really clicked yet, then I guess you might not have a chance. But
you got to be honest, if you know you're not. If you know you're not good enough, it's better to quit than just to keep going. You know? I know people be like, "Nah, you can get good enough by training." Sometimes you're just not going to be good enough. Sometimes you're just not good enough, and it's good to call it quits at the right time. Yeah. And who knows, if you kept going, you might not be doing this right now. So
but that's I tie everything in my life to that aspect. So like
how it all plays out, man.
with my parents divorcing and all that kind of stuff. I believe if it didn't play out, this is the first time I've spoken about it. If it didn't play out the way it did, I believe I wouldn't be doing this right now. You know what I mean? Everything would be different, man. So like, I don't regret. I don't 100%. Look back badly on anything. I see it as it happened. It got me doing this right now. I'm wrapped. It's the happiest I've ever been, to be honest. Like, which I can't complain about that. Yeah, like
one thing I've always something my dad's always said to me is whether you make a right or wrong decision, you follow through with it, and if it fucks up, it fucks up. It's okay.
You fall on your own.
It's okay. Like, because the sun's gonna rise again. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna wake up. It's gonna be fine.
Better to fall on your own sword than to fall on someone else's. So,
that's why, man. Like, when I told you, like, I went all into this fighting, man. So I threw everything away. And like, a lot of people,
a lot of people look down on that.
They were like, "You're so good at cricket. Why'd you give it up? Like, why aren't you doing it? You're so good." And I was like, "Well, I wasn't happy anymore playing it. So I knew I was better at fighting." Like,
But okay, so as far as that goes, because you're saying you're all in. Do you? What's your plan? Like, do you have any plans in case? And it's not in case, because I hate using the in case, because I believe we both, like, in my head, I'm like, there's no in case, I'm gonna do it. But the worst thing in my mind is the littlest tiniest little thought in my head is like, fuck, what do I do if just in case it doesn't as quick as I want it to?
People go on those motivational videos. If you have plan B, you're not concentrating on plan A, right? Yeah, look, I get that, and like, it's cool, but so it's not really a plan B. But what I've always wanted to do with like my fighting and like get my name out there, make a brand of, like, just my name, make that into a brand. But I always wanted to do something in like tailored suits. Like, I always wanted to have my own clothing line in like tailored suits. So if I do retire in fighting, I've got.
You seen Kingsman?
Oh, fucking top movie, man. Top fucking movie. Something along those lines. Do tailored suits. Like, it's just who I am, and I get it, and I'm fucking very, very good at it. All right. So if, for argument's sake, fighting doesn't go,
You've got that.
I've got my tailored suit business that I want to eventually start up. And
have you thought about starting it up?
Yes.
I have got this YouTube thing going, but I've got a million other things in my head where I'm like, I should start that. You know what I mean? I should start it now. You never know. Yeah. Like, I am the type of person, I believe that I want to work for myself. I'm that kind of person that I just want to work for myself. I don't want to wake up and drive an hour to the city just to make some money for someone else.
Yeah, 100%. I see that. And like,
you're feeding their dream. You're not feeding your own. You know what I mean?
So I want to, like, fend away and make my own clothing line. And like, say fighting blows up and I become the next big shit, then everyone's gonna want to dress like me. Everyone wants to be Aman Garaya. They want to be Kid Bollywood.
But so that awesome. But like, do you ever hit a point where you're like, because I know a lot of people have kids that look up to them, but do you want that? Do you want to be yourself? You don't want anyone to try be you? Because Gary, I watch a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk stuff, and he says, look, if you're out there and you want to do what I do, he says, don't fucking do it, because you're not it's not you. It's you. There's no point trying to be like someone else, I guess. But
look, you can't follow everyone to a T.
If
you want to follow, like,
So I take advice off him. I'm not trying to be him. I don't want to own a $200 million. I don't like, fuck, if it happens, it happens. But like, I don't want to own a media company. So like, you know what I mean? I want to be his success.
I want people to look back and be like, all I want them to be is just be, I want to put in the fucking grind that he done. I'm so open-minded, Jake. It's crazy. Like, I'm so open-minded about religion and everything. I just want people to ask questions and not be afraid to fucking pursue this. Because in the Indian culture, man, like, kids growing up, there's a lot of first-generation Indian kids here. So their parents are all old school and they're fixed in their ways.
And like, even everyone's parents.
Everyone's parents,
don't even know
so
what
it's
social
like,
media is
and kids are just too afraid to do what they want to do. So it's like, if I could, like, I change
their lives.
I just change their life. It doesn't have to be fighting. It doesn't have to be in suits. it's just as long as you pursue what you want to do, man. Like it could be 100%. Anything, man. Like it could be fucking anything. If you want to be a tattoo artist, like just do it. Like don't worry about what your fucking parents say, because you know, like it's on you. Like you're gonna pay your bills. You're gonna have your own family.
Are you gonna be happy waking up every day? That's my biggest thing, man, and that's my biggest fear. Because I was gonna ask you what your biggest fear was, and we'll get on the topic of tattoos as well, because you've got some tattoos, My biggest fear that I have in life is that I'm gonna wake up doing something that I don't want to do, and not many people have that fear. Yeah, they say, "Oh, go to uni, do this, finish uni, get a full-time job." Like right now in my head, fuck a full-time job for the next 2-3 years. You know what I mean? Like, I want to focus on this. I believe I can make this happen. Why not? Yeah, other people are doing it. Why can't I do it? So, that's my biggest fear, man. Waking up doing something that I don't want to do.
Fuck, my biggest fear, man. Like, this is like something I've been very, very intimate about. Not many people know.
Yeah.
It's just like, honestly, is letting like, just not being successful in. At all, like it's fucking weird. Like it sounds so wrong, but it's like, because man, my family have backed me, man. Like they've invested so much money into my training and my nutrition, and they've wasted a lot of their time, you know, dropping me to training, taking me back. A lot, bro. Like a lot of flights to America, Thailand. You know, when I played state cricket as well. Like they really had my back. And I dropped out of uni this year. Like I took the year off, and at first my parents didn't agree. You know, it's. Drops out of uni, and I said, I was like, just give me some time, like let me make something, give me a couple of years, I'll make it happen, and they're like, all right, so, and if I don't, it's like, well, fuck, what have I done then? Like, if I'm 30 years old and I'm still stuck, and then it's like, then maybe it's fucked, man. So that's always my biggest fear, man, and like, just that kind of like makes me, I just check myself,
But that's the thing though, like, the
it's the fear of letting them down, which keeps me going every morning, man. Like, so I wake up.
Letting them down, or
it's letting them down, man. Like they've sacrificed so much, not just for me, but like they've taken care of a lot of people. Like a lot of Indian students that have come down, they've taken care of a lot of people. And if I like, my dad is like, he's known to be a very great man, and a lot of people respect him and they look up to him. And if I don't fill those shoes, they're gonna I don't want people to come and point the finger at me and be like, this is your son.
Dude, there's an aspect to that though. I'm like, fuck. I'm sitting here, and I guess a part of that is good. Like I can understand it. Everyone's different, I guess. So I can't really say it's right or wrong. But like in the end, man, you're gonna be the one. If you fail at whatever you do, or if there's a little hiccup here and there, you're gonna let yourself down. You know what I mean? You're not letting anyone. Don't let the fact that you're gonna let them down, because in the end, you're fucking living. You're in your own mind. Like, so I respect that. I'm in a home living with my mum. I'm not paying rent or anything like that. Like I've hit a point after a divorce, man. It's like, fuck, you've become very grateful for everything you have. You've got to opens up your eyes. So But the thing is that if I fail, I fucking fail. I don't give a shit about letting anyone else down apart from myself. Because in this game and the game of success, you got to be very selfish.
100%.
So if I one day don't work out, I don't want to hear anything from anyone. That's why I don't really like asking for help from family or anything like that.
That's on me too. That's 100% on me. But that's my biggest fear is. Like letting them, like I know they're always gonna, your parents are always gonna love you and shit. But that's the thing. They're 100,000% in. They've had my back. Like a lot of like people have said shit about me. Like like they've come up to my friends and they said shit like he won't amount to anything and shit. Like what's he doing? Like why isn't he working? Like my dad didn't let me work till I was like 19, and even now he's like don't work, just train and shit. Like it sounds fucking sick. Like I don't want to work and I want to go and just full-time train, but it's like I've also got some responsibilities on my own now. But because of the work I'm doing, I really enjoy it, and it's so flexible, man. Like, so I've got the best of both worlds now. But that is my biggest fear. Like, obviously, if I let them down, then I let myself down a lot. So, but man, like it's just, So I think it's just weird, man. Like,
Have you actually the question? Did you bring a question?
Yeah, I did.
So what I want to start doing as well is whoever comes on the podcast, I want them to bring their own question, ask a question, have a bit of a chat about it, because I guess if I was to ask to bring a question, that I'd bring a question that would be the most important to me, I guess. So it's always interesting. So so What question did you read?
Man, so I've been going through this fucking weird phase, man. I've been looking
Yeah.
at the cosmos and shit, all space and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
So I've got to show you this thing I got for Christmas. You put it in water and it shoots the moon up on the ceiling. It's freaking
what the
lit,
fuck?
man. Yeah, I've got to show you. It's sick.
That's actually
I'll show you later.
lit.
Yeah.
but like,
Alright,
I don't know. Like, what's your take on like the way the universe was all created? Is it infinite? Is it not?
I was talking about
Like,
it's
is
funny
it
'cause
dimension, like other
dude.
dimensions and shit, like the upside down and shit? You know what I mean?
I'm gonna try and like answer this as quickly as possible because I was talking about this the other night. I love space.
Yeah, I'm so-
It trips
so
me.
weird.
It trips me the fuck out,
I
big
sit
time,
there
every
fucking
time,
3 hours at
man.
night
Yeah,
on YouTube,
like,
just watching dumb shit.
dude, like, does the universe end? Like,
Yeah,
it
like-
doesn't. Like, there has
Does
to
it?
end somewhere, man. Like, sure. Like, what gets me is how did it start? Like the universe, like
Yeah,
the sky,
like-
the stars, like they had to start it from somewhere,
like,
man.
So, because it's a very sensitive topic with
Yeah.
science and religion, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not religious at all. I'm not. I don't believe in any religion, but I do believe in a higher power.
Okay,
Right? I
me
do
too.
believe in a
It has
higher
to
power.
come from somewhere.
It has to come from somewhere. I do believe in a
Yeah.
higher power, but
Yeah.
I don't believe that there's religions and all that shit. I just
Yeah.
believe that's all fucking hoax, and it's done nothing but divide human beings,
Yeah.
and you know,
Yeah.
to do nothing but shit for us.
Yeah.
But there is a higher power, and
There
it's
has to
like
be, man.
something like nothing had to come from something. Yeah, like
that's the thing. That's
the fuck. It's so fucking trippy, man. But like, what's your take on it all?
like how there's a lot of people that say the Earth is flat and all that kind of shit. Look,
Fucking dickheads, fucking stupid people say that.
what interests me is how the amount of stars and planets that
Yeah.
there are.
How fucking trippy is that, man?
And they
Like-
and scientists apparently say it's 100% that there's something else out there, which obviously I believe so.
Yeah.
We can't just be the only thing, man.
Yeah,
we
of
can't.
course, man. Like-
It's like
We're a dumb fucking race, man.
We're-
We're,
well, apparently-
fucking idiots.
yeah, we're idiots,
So
man.
there's
Like-
gonna be some smart people out there somewhere.
we could be like the cavemen of the universe. Yeah, man.
Dimension, man. Like,
But I just find it so interesting how everything came to play. I could, as you said, man, I could sit there for hours thinking about aliens and UFOs and thinking about UFOs all the time. And
do you think space ends?
no, I think it. Oh, that's the thing. That's the thing though. When it ends, what's on the other side? You know what I mean? Like if it has to, if
true.
something's holding us all in,
There
then
has to be
what's
something
on
else.
the
How
other
fucking
side of the
trippy
thing?
is
You
it,
know what I
man?
mean? Like
what the fuck? And you know, like this is what I was gonna say. Like so many people are fucking so self-centered about them, and like
Yeah.
that everything revolves around them.
yeah,
Man, like we are fucking like
Nothing,
this
man.
big.
We're
We live.
grain
We,
of sand, not even.
Not even. And we live on the. Have you heard of the little blue spot?
No, what's that?
So it's the little blue spot, Earth. It's so fucking tiny, and there's
Yeah.
so much shit that is bigger than us, and
yeah.
who knows what the fuck's out there. But
Yeah.
people are so fucking dumb, and
Worried
they're so
about themselves
self-centered, and
yeah.
they're so stressed. It's like, man, there's other this
There's other shit going
life
on.
is so fucking big. It's so fucking amazing, and people
Yeah.
just aren't grateful for it, man.
And I want to make a point now saying that the fact that if you're out, like if you're watching this and you're doing something that you don't want to do, just think about it, man. Relating this to fucking space, like we're nothing.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
why can't you just go do what you want? You know what I mean? You're gonna fucking die anyway.
Fuck. And
As sad as it is,
what happens when you die?
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I
believe in
believe
reincarnation?
yeah, I believe that I hate the thought of it. I hate the thought that I'm going to come back and my family is going to be like some of my family will still be alive
Yeah.
and I won't even have a clue about it.
Yeah.
It's a thought that I never think about, even death and all that kind of stuff. Like I accept it.
Yeah.
A lot of people are scared of it. I love doing what I'm doing now because I believe that one day when I do die, I'm not going to have a regret that I didn't live the life that I wanted. So,
It's
and
fucking
I'm
good, man.
so grateful of the life that I do live. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So, like, it is what it is. The life it plays out the way it does. We are in the top like 80%. No, we're in the top 20% or something like that, even higher of how like lucky we are because there's a lot of poverty and all that kind of stuff. So you got to be there. Here's a point where it's like fuck your problems. Like there's people out there that can't even they don't even have water. You know what I mean? So
shit life for that, man.
yeah. So
But that's all like that's like reincarnation, man. Like, did you live a shit life to get born into that shit?
That's
Like,
what I'm saying,
it's
man.
so
Like,
weird, man.
I
Like,
think
it's
I think it happens.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
you will come back as something. And
do you believe in like if you're a good person, you come back like even better? Like in like
who
more
knows,
like,
man? You could come back as a dog.
what do you believe? Like, say if, like who you are with all the good things you've done, all the bad
Yeah.
things you've done. Say
I
if you were to
believe
die
every
now.
time you live, you come back to learn the lesson you didn't learn in the previous life. So
pretty good.
if you live a really good life
Yeah.
this time, you're not going to. I don't think you're going to come back as anything higher than what you were.
Yeah.
I think you're going to come back and you'll come back as something that you weren't before. So for instance, using, let's say, a millionaire, they got money. Why come back? Like, you've lived that life. You've known what it is to have money.
Right.
So now you're going to come back as something to learn a lesson
that you missed out.
That previous luxury that you had the life before.
I was having a chat to my friend about it. I was like, I recently got on that documentary, the Morgan Freeman one on Netflix, Story of God.
Yeah.
So I was like, they're talking about Recantation. It's not bad, man. It's a bit slow, but like, look, I'm into that fucking trippy shit. Like I said, I'm not a religious guy, but I like having an open mind about it and see where people come from in different cultures. So I'm not against religion. Like, if people do it, I respect it. Like, whatever, but don't try to empower it on other people. I fucking hate that shit. So and I was talking to her about my friend, and that's, if you die, like, we're reincarnated, and we keep going through this life cycle till we get it right. And once it's right, then I believe our soul is at peace. Okay. And then you don't have to come on this earth anymore. You might fuck off to another dimension or another fucking universe or something. Okay. But whatever. But we're going to keep getting reincarnated till we get it right. What's right? Who fucking knows? Who knows? So, but we come back, like you said, to learn a lesson that we did in the previous life. Yeah. And that's what I believe, man. But it's fucking trippy, man.
That's crazy, man. I literally want to make a podcast just purely space talk. Fucking like, space is sick, man. You could literally go on. I want to go through conspiracy theories as well, man. Like,
why can't I see this shit up?
Yeah. Your tattoos, actually. So we'll go over tattoos, whatever. So you've got, because I wanted to ask you this because I wanted to get one today. Right. I wanted to get it before New Year's. Obviously, it's too late if you do it now, but and obviously you got to book and do all that kind of shit.
There's some shady guys in fucking Melton.
So I've seen your social. So I've seen photos of your tattoos. So you've got tattoos on your back, on your spine.
No, more my shoulder blade.
Oh, on your shoulder blade. Have you got any other ones?
I've planned some other ones, but I haven't got them yet. Only because. Just too busy, like, because I'm always training and shit. It just gets irritating. So like at the moment, no, but I am planning to get way more.
On your break and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So what? So you've got symbols.
They're not symbols. They're actually the words. So
I'll pop up a photo on the screen.
Yeah. So when I was into my religious phase, there was in our first like prayer step or whatever you want to call it. There was 2 words, Nedabo and Nedavao, right? Which means without fear, without hate. Okay. And that's how we're told to live, right? Yeah. And I thought that was pretty cool because it came out to me because I am a fighter and I don't fight with hate. Yeah. I don't hate the person that I'm going up against. Like it's just a job and I got to do it. Yeah. But I don't fear it either. So I don't fear the situation. I don't fear the person. And it just that really struck out to me and I was like, well, fuck, that means something. I really want to get it. Yeah. So I got it and I was 17 at the time when I got it. Like, my parents, overseas in India.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So yeah, like I went
shout out to the place
wherever that is, fucking some dodgy place in the garage, man. Fuck. But like a lot of people, like I actually had to drive around a bit and find a tattoo place because they are religious words. People didn't want to do them.
Really?
Yeah, because
interesting.
Yeah, like
I said, people these days will just tattoo whatever.
Normally, like to me, they're just fucking words, but like they do have a meaning, and like, but India is the most religious country in the world and shit. So they're like, oh, look, we drink, we eat meat. We're not gonna write the word. It's like,
oh shit. Okay.
Fuck. Okay. Okay. So you can do other religious symbols, but you can't do this. Okay. So I had to drive out to find like this guy that was fully like into it.
By yourself?
No, my parents actually dropped me there. They helped me fucking design it and shit.
So they were on board with it?
Yeah. Fuck. Well, like I said, my parents are all in. Whatever I want to do, they've never held me back. So I wanted to get a tattoo and they drove me there. Fuck, sat there for fucking 5 hours, man. Like, it was just irritating.
5 hours?
5 hours. And it, like, I think it only took 5 hours because, like, it was India and, like, the guy really wanted to get it right because, like, he knew I was from overseas. But, no, it turned out pretty cool, man.
Far out. Because I know what I want to get. And I know what I want it to represent. Yeah. I don't know what to... Like, I've got an idea at the moment. So, what I want my tattoo to represent... I was thinking of getting it on my arm. And this is another thing is, like, I don't care where I get it because I believe this is going to be my thing. So, like, I don't need to worry about an office job. Yeah. Like, this is going to motivate me even more to be like, fuck, you better, like...
Not fucking...
fucking suck. So, I was thinking... I want it to represent to be different. So I want, like, I don't like words are a bit iffy for me because I might get over words. So I was thinking I wanted something to represent to be different because I believe it's not recognized these days and it's actually an awesome thing to be different, to do something different. I also want something to represent to do something you love. Yeah. So what my thoughts at the moment. And you might turn around and be like I know a lot of people are going to be like, fuck, that's silly, whatever. But it's on me. So what I want to get and what I was thinking of getting was a Hobbit door. So I was thinking of getting so it's a circle door, with like lines.
Like the Bilbo
Yeah,
Baggins
like the
shit.
Bilbo Baggins fucking door.
Lord of the
Yeah,
Rings, best fucking movie
yeah.
ever.
So I was thinking of getting like a door, and then I don't know, and then getting some kind of like I've got a picture of it, and I'll pop up the picture on the screen. I'll try to find the picture actually because I've got Pinterest.
Pinterest, yeah, I've heard
Sick
about that
app
shit.
for like,
Yeah, photos
tattoos and
shit,
stuff.
yeah.
Like it's awesome,
even
man.
for like suits and shit, like you get some
Yeah,
fashion
so much
inspiration.
inspiration
Yeah,
shit, man. So I like, for instance, I like that. For instance, like I like the arrow.
Okay.
But there's that as well.
okay,
like
that's
that,
cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I was thinking something similar to that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's not. First of all, I'm never gonna get over Lord of the Rings. Like, I love it, man. Like I froth Lord of the Rings. I froth
Best
The Hobbit.
fucking
Like,
trilogy movie in the world.
yeah. So it's something that I'm never ever going to get over. I just turned 22 on Christmas Day. Yeah, I took time out to watch The Hobbit. I'm like,
Was
you know
it-
what? It's what I want to do.
Was it the uncut version?
It was what?
It's like
You mean
uncut
extended?
version. Like, yeah, the
Yeah, extended. Yeah, like
that
three
shit.
and a half hours, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Good shit.
yeah. So I thought it's something I'm never going to get over. Even though people might be like, well, you got the Hobbit tattooed on your arm. It's like, well, fucking, I wanted to. But the meaning behind it is the more important thing to me, yeah? So the meaning behind the Hobbit door is that the door leads to new opportunity, yeah? New adventure, new experiences, yeah? So Frodo... Nerd talk. Frodo left the Shire to go destroy the ring. Yeah? Now, if you really think about it, it's fucking nuts. Like in a world,
Shout out Samwise Gamgee,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
He's the
yeah,
fucking MVP.
in living in their world, going out and destroying this ring. Yeah, I'm like, fuck. Like that's nuts. Yeah, like being a little kid is. Oh, actually, you know what? Funny story. I think I was reading the book. I was reading the book, and I'm pretty sure he was 30 when he did that.
Like he's older.
In the
Like,
Hobbit world,
yeah,
he was
he's
30 when he went
yeah.
out. Anyway, yeah, he's fucking tiny. So like, look at the size of him. Even to do that is just nuts. Yeah. So I'm like, the Hobbit door represents new opportunity, adventure, because I want to go travel, I want to go do all that kind of stuff. It leads to doing something different. He did something different that no one wanted to do. So I'm like, perfect, man. It represents everything that I want.
Like when Bilbo went out and done his thing.
Yeah.
But Frodo also went out, but he done something else. Like
Completely different, man. No, that
That's
no
it
one
represents-
wanted to
man.
do,
That's
or
it.
like no one had the guts to do. So I'm like,
they never left the Shire. Like,
Yeah,
remember Samwise when he's on the board? It's like, I've never been this
never
far
been
away from home.
past- Yeah.
And it's like, well, fuck.
That's the
Like,
thing, man.
you just
So,
gotta. And
so
now
like-
he's like the greatest fucking hero.
Yeah. So
He's
that
my hero.
represents. Yeah. So like that perfect sums up exactly what I want, man. So I'm like, I'm not the type of person to get like to. There's a lot of people that be like, oh, it's on your body forever. Like, you better be careful about. It's like, dude, it's art. Like, for me, it's art, man. Like,
well, fuck. Well, you got it at that time because that's where your mindset was
Yeah,
at, and you can always
exactly.
look back and be like, well, fuck, this is what I was
Tattoo
going through.
rules,
Like,
man.
yeah, like, fuck.
but for me, man, like it's the only thing that I can find these days that is like, yeah, that represents what I want.
That's cool,
But
man.
I'm not. I would get words, but it would have to.
Which one?
The third one had to finish it because I watched the first two previously.
How do you fucking sit down and not finish it? Bro, when I
Well, all
started Lord of the
three
Rings-
in one day.
Oh shit, that's some heavy.
I've done it before.
That's
I've
some heavy
sat
shit.
and watched all three extended Lord of the Rings in one day before. That was a whole day. Woke up, watched all three, went to bed. That was dedication.
I don't do that. I watch the whole movie in one sitting and then that's it. I'll come back to the next.
Oh no. So I watched the first two movies previously, and then I sat down on Christmas Day, watched the third one.
okay,
Yeah, so
alright.
3.5
Battle of
hours
the
on
Five
that.
Armies,
Yeah, Battle of the Five Armies, crazy
Favorite
shit,
scene?
man. Best scene. The ice scene was pretty good. I can't even think.
You know when the dwarves line up when they're about to punch on with the elves, but then the orcs come and the dwarves line up and the elves jump over and the music.
That's it.
That was fucking. Dude, I just watched that clip on YouTube, man. I'll just rewind it and fucking just listen to that shit. I'm a very, very big Harry Potter fan as well, man.
You rate it more
I
than-
fucking love Harry Potter. But
Where
no,
does it sit? Does it sit above Lord of the Rings or what?
look,
Tough one. Everyone's gonna be judging you off this, man. I'm gonna put this in the start of the podcast, and then that'll be whether people want to watch or not. So is Harry Potter higher than Lord of the Rings?
shit, like I could make some fucking new friends or some fucking a lot of enemies, man. Right now, I'm gonna say Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings.
Respect. All right, so you can stay on the podcast now, so it's all good. It is the end of the podcast, guys. So I want to wish you guys a happy New Year. I hope you guys had a very good Christmas. I do have a website up now, so you'll hear about it on this podcast. I guess I'm not going to promote it until I put out the podcast. It's www.JakeGoesNomad.com. I have everything up on the website, I guess. So I've got a page for all the podcasts. So if you do want to listen to the podcast, just click on the podcast tab on my website. There will be a link to SoundCloud. There'll be a link to YouTube. If you do enjoy this podcast, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would love that so much. Don't forget to follow this man. I'll put his Social media is all up in the description. If you did watch the whole thing, this is probably going to go for like an hour and 20 minutes, man. So I'm actually just going to chuck up the whole thing.
Chuck it up. Because fuck it. It's raw content.
So if you do watch the whole thing, please comment, not even for my sake, just comment down below. I want to know if you've watched the whole thing. That way I can message you to say thanks or whatever, because it is, again, it's over an hour. So I respect if you did spend an hour of your time to watch this. That literally, that's all it is, man. Talk shit about Lord of the Rings, man. So if you did watch the whole podcast, let me know down in the comments. If you did enjoy, let me know. That way we can make more. Anything you want to say?
No, man. Just Happy New Year to everyone. Fuck, like, this was fun, man. Like, I enjoyed it.
This has turned out better than I thought.
I'm happy that I was the first one to do it and say yes. Like, it's a fucking new opportunity. It's fucking sick, man. Thank you very much, Jake, for having me. So
I hope you guys enjoyed episode 1 of the Jake Goes Live podcast, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Oh,